Hello everybody! Welcome for the XTC once again. Has been a while since the last game, and we are back for 2 days of hard work. And we're starting day 1 with this round 1, and it is Team Singapore against Team Germany. So I'm a bit sorry for the team logos that are not quite as visible as I wanted them to be. You can see the Germany logo on the right side, the bottom corner, and Team Singapore is currently tattooed on the Lambda shuttle, so should appear anytime soon. This Jindun looks nice. Yeah, the tattoo is quite good. Alright, so I placed the logo so that you can see, like, at least barely, because near to the players' names, it's not that visible. So anyway, this is round 1 as I mentioned earlier, and round 1 is Germany against Singapore. And we have a thematic game to start with the Empire against the Rebel Alliance. So let's go with the lists. On the left and playing for Singapore, we have Sheng Lo. I hope I'm not misspelling anything. He's playing the Empire, and with that, you've got Colonel Jandun, basically allowing friendly ships to perform target locks at range more than 3. By spending a charge at the beginning of activation, but then again they cannot do target locks at range 0 to 3 if the charge is spent, which has been the case last turn. Jamming being because why not, it's free. Fifth brother equipped with homing missiles, so basically forcing the opponent to choose between throwing 4 dice or having to take a hit, and fifth brother is spending 2 force to add a crit if the attack hits. Very strong combination. Seventh sister with concussion missiles. So basically exposing damage card from those who are near to the concussion missiles. And seventh sister is basically a crack shot in the whole attack arc for 2 force, just as fifth brother. And last, we've got Major Vinder. So when Vinder is disarmed, she gains a defense die. She's got fire control system, advanced proton torpedoes, and diamond boron missiles. So advanced proton torpedoes is 5 dice at range 1, and you can change a hit to a crit. Diamond boron missiles is 3 dice at range 2 to 3. You've got 3 charges. You can spend 1 to perform an attack, and if the attack hits, you can spend another charge to make enemy ships with agility equal or lower to the defenders, to the defender you just attacked. So you make them roll a die, and basically you've got a 50-50 chance of hitting them with a hit or a crit. She's also equipped with advanced slam that allows her to perform an action after a slam action, and treating it as red, obviously. And you've got finally the OS1 Arsenal loadout, and this title basically allows you to add the torpedo and missile slot, so that you can fit both advanced proton and diamond boron. And there is another part. If you have exactly 1 disarm token, you can still perform those special attacks. So really interesting. because it is well, something interesting to combine with Vinder's ability with the tractor token for defense upgrade. Alright, so this was Empire, and on the other side you have Team Germany with Thomas Schulte. And once again, I hope I'm not doing this wrong. Alright, and Thomas is playing the Rebel Alliance. He brought Jake Farrell. So basically, when the guy does a barrel or a boost action, you can choose a friendly ship at range 0-1, and this friendly ship can perform a focus action. So it is an action, so you need to be able to do the action, which means stressed. If you're stressed, that won't work, obviously. Then you can make that work on Jake himself. So Jake can just barrel or boost and give himself a focus token. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And after that, you've got the ship ability that allows you to perform a red boost after you performed any other action. He's equipped with Crackshot and Predator for more consistency in those bullseye. Then you've got Han Solo. So, after you roll dice, if you're at range 0-1 of an obstacle, well, you can reroll every die you've got, and this is not considered as a reroll. So basically, if you Han Solo plus use a target lock after that, you could have rolled like 3 or more dice twice in the same round. He's equipped with trick shot, so any obstructed shot is +1 attack die for Han Solo. And then he's got Kanan Jarrus. So when you or a friendly range 0-2 ally did perform a white maneuver, you can spend the force to remove a stress. So basically, how does that work? It's quite simple. If Han goes through a debris cloud, he will take a stress and then spend cannon to, well, to lose the stress immediately. And then you've got Wedge Antilles in the X-Wing. Oh, now it's important to precise. When you perform an attack, the defender rolls 1 fewer defense die. Always strong. Crackshot as well. Of course, the S foils and afterburners to add like a boost to the thing, if you want to, when you perform a 3-5 speed maneuver. All right. So I believe, but we cannot mark that on the stream, that Jendon spent another charge, so he's out of charge, but he basically switched targets for Wedge. You can see that Fifth Brother is aiming on the top of the mat. Seventh Sister is on the center, and Jendon is coming through the same way, it seems. It looks like both Han and Jake will have a shot onto Vinder this round, and Vinder is not disarmed. Let me just double check that. No disarm token for Vinder, so won't have another die. Yeah, as Jendon spent his charge, I believe everyone took a lock, so Vinder is quite alone in this situation, and Wedge is using afterburners after a 4 straight burr. So let me just update that. -1 afterburner. There you go. So just a reminder, you can go to the hub, which is giving you the whole streaming experience right now. By just typing !hub in the chat, you can have the link to the Twitch channel that streams every other game and that does analysis probably better than we do. Alright, so it seems like we are going through the first engagement. I forgot prediction, my bad. It will be for the next round. Alright. First shot for wedge, and it seems like it will be a single damage. So wedge did choose to go out of Vinder's arc, probably of Jendon's arc as well. Probably not a bad choice, to be fair. Han is not having a very good roll, but he's keeping... No, he's using out. Okay. And so what is this? So he's using the target lock for another reroll. And he has a focus... No, he's got the cannon force. So I cannot see if this is an eye or a crit, but I believe this is a crit. It was. Alright, so that's 2 more onto Vinder. She's now out of shield. And Singapore has the initiative, so this will be all the Empire's force before Rebels. Alright, so Jake has a... Oh, nearly proton rocket shot. But then again, there is no proton rocket, so that does not count. Alright, so you have 2. No need of Predator. Will Crackshot be... Aha, there you go. You'll Crackshot that, for sure. So that's 2 more onto Vinder. That now gave her half points. This is now 28-0, and we have yet more than an hour to play in this game. It was a pretty early engagement, to be honest. But that seems nice. Alright, so for now, what you can see... I'll give you this view if you want. Every target lock of the enemy team is currently on wedge. Jake is stressed. And that is pretty much what we have to take into account for this game so far. 1 charge of afterburners, there you go. Crack shot onto Jake used. No missile charge or anything the other side. Alright. And Vinder onto all. Right. So this is the board state after this first round of engagement. Right, so what will be the maneuver for... I mean, where do you choose to go with Han? You've got to stay range 1 of those obstacles. You've got to have the turret facing the right direction. There's also the question of where do you bring wedge? Because it might be important to consider that. And what is Jake doing? I mean, probably that Jake... I mean, no, cannot... I mean, you can one hard with Jake and have Cannon remove the stress. That's always nice to see. Alright, both players are ready. They play really, really fast. Alright, so Jendon stays where he is. Takes the stress for that. Just go back to the original view. There you go. So Jendon doesn't move. Fifth brother goes fast. Has to clear some distance before he is of any use. Probably don't link at this point. Oh. Goodbye. Alright. Vinder is going out. She has had enough. And she's also slamming and using advanced slam. So takes the disarm, but then performs a focus action as red. Seventh sister is going in. Alright. Taking the barrel and taking a focus after that. Interesting. Jake. No, okay, Jake is choosing to go out. So no focus for anyone except for himself. Chooses to boost. Takes a free focus after that. Right. Wedge is going 4 straight, going through the debris cloud, but not touching that. So can spend the second charge of afterburners. There you go. And we'll have a very good shot onto the shuttle. So afterburners are down, but Wedge... Oh, no. Down, not up. But Wedge is in a very good position. And Han with a 3 bank is in a perfect position. With the turret aligned the right side and range 0 to 1 of an obstacle, but yet no one to shoot so far. Yeah, alright, so why is he taking a target lock? Yeah, just to check range, maybe. Knows that he is too far, but how far is he? That's the question. Alright, so Wedge with a regular attack onto the shuttle that will lose her only agility. That's 2 damage onto Jendon, and we are going back to the next planning phase. Probably. Oh no, there's a shot, my bad. Okay, so Seventh Sister is using a concussion missile charge. For a very good roll. With using the focus. And Wedge has to spend to not be halved yet. So that's 2 damage onto Wedge. There you go. And you are 1 away from half. So yeah, I mean, if you half Wedge, you take the lead. If you're the Empire, because he is worth 32. Would be a 4-point lead, but then again, that is a lead. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Alright. So looking at the board state right now, Wedge is in a decent position. I mean, has the shuttle lined up. But, I mean, at this point, Jendon is currently a regular I3 Lambda shuttle pilot, because his ability is now up to 0 charge, so that will be of no use till the end of the game. Seventh Sister is quite well placed to welcome Wedge if he does like a I don't know, something between a 2 or a 3 speed maneuver, like bank for example, or anything. She's perfectly aligned to just like 1 hard to the right. Fifth Brother is quite far once again, but can close the distance quite fast as well. Han is kind of... Oh yeah, and you can align the shuttle to have a back shot, yeah. Hey, thanks for streaming so much X-Wing online right now. Yeah, I mean, so how many are we currently? Let me just like point that out. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, I mean 11 if you consider the hub. 11 channels right now that are providing X-Wing content. That's a lot. But yeah, that's an event that is worth a lot of streamers. So I mean that's the only good thing you could argue about the um, the pandemic, right? It's that we have some very high coverage of the XTC right now. Sensory overload. Yeah. Alright, so you can see without any doubt that the Empire is more than ready to welcome Wedge turning it to the right. So Seventh Sister did take an evade. I mean, to be fair, why not? Oh, so at this point, depending on what Han did do, you could barrel to the right and give Han a focus, then boost and give Wedge a focus. Would be fun to see. Oh, am I right? Oh, seems like. Oh, that's nice to see. Some good prediction. Wow. All right. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's why you bring Jake for sure. Han is doing a one bank. Probably. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, my eyes are quite bad today. He has range, like no doubt he has. And when he's doing a one bank, that's I mean that's probably the best maneuver he could have done because he's now covered by the cloud for Seventh Sister's shot. Fifth Brother might have some shot, but might also be quite, um, I mean, just a bit out. And the shuttle is shooting 2 dice, but that's 2 dice. Oh, and then again, now you are completely sure you're out of Fifth Brother's arc, and you're out of range 2 of Seventh Sister, which is also very good. And the shuttle might be range 3? No, I don't know. Maybe just range 2, barely. Alright, so Han 3 dice onto the Inquisitor. Not a very good roll to start with, so Han. And the exact same roll, so target lock. For just one more, I mean, you've thrown like 8 dice for 2 results, that's bad, for sure. And there is 3 evades on the other side, so Inquisitor completely fine with that. It is a range 2 onto the shuttle. You've got 2 so far, so basically with the reinforced that becomes 1. There you go. Okay, Fifth Order is out. And Seventh Sister is range 3, and this is unobstructed by, like, nothing. -1, please. Alright. And this is, once again, a very good roll, but there will be no crack shot. And Wedge will evade both. I mean, 2 out of 3, sorry. So a card and Wedge is now halved. So Jake. Oh, Jake gave himself the focus, my bad. I was convinced that he would give that to Han, but then again, Han has cannon, so no need. Oh, so Jake is attacking the shuttle. Shuttle throwing 2, but taking 1. So shuttle is 1 away from being halved as well. And now she is shooting out the back. for 1, and you'll be fine. Alright, so just a bit less than 50 minutes remaining in this game, and for now this is the Empire leading by 4 points, 32 to 28 over the Rebel Alliance. So Singapore has the game right now. I wonder who is favored in this position for next turn. I mean, Wedge seems in a very bad position. Jake might be good, but if you want to play the support A-wing, you'll have to turn left, which guarantees that you won't have any shot during the next round. And Han prefers... I mean, obstacle is always good because you've got trick shot, but then again, you prefer to have some obstacle that do not guarantee-ish that that your opponent rolls an evade. If he rolls a blank, for example, I mean, with those Inquisitors that have force plus potential evade, if you put another effect like a gas cloud, turn blank into evade thing, it becomes difficult to hit those. So you might prefer to go over the debris cloud, but in this situation, that's kind of complex. So I wonder if Han will do a 3 hard or 2 hard. I'm not quite sure the one that is better, but going hard instead of going bank words. I mean, we'll see shortly because those players are playing like very fast. No time to waste. Absolutely no time to waste. All right. The shuttle is going 2 straight. Reinforce once again out the back for sure. Fifth brother is going 2 straight. That's the slowest of those straight maneuvers. Vinder is going too hard. So will you link that to a 2 bank or 2 straight slam? That's the question. I mean, it allows you to have some more agility, though at this distance I'm not quite sure you are being attacked, but then again. Alright, so slam, disarm, focus treated as red with advanced slam. And yeah, Seventh Sister is thinking about where... Okay, so she's rolling to the left. That's interesting. And probably taking a focus. You do not want to end up in this position without any mods, for sure. And now this is the Rebels. Jake is going 2 straight. Jake isn't the one that is target locked, so Vinder is not a threat for him. I mean, Vinder at this point is a threat only for Wedge. So if Wedge doesn't end in her arc, no need to panic. Alright, so Wedge is kind of limited. But he could like focus boost and try to finish off Vinder. Though this is only a 2 dice shot onto a 3 dice, 3 agility ship at this point. Might not be ideal, to be fair. But yet, I mean, no, you're not forced to focus boost. You can just boost and give yourself a focus for free, so you are not stressed. Seems better. Alright, so Wedge does a 1 bank, ends up in a kinda odd position. I'm not quite sure the barrel fits. I mean, I'm quite sure the barrel doesn't fit. He's... Okay, so my eyes are quite bad for sure. Alright, barrel fits without any doubt. So yeah, you take it without any question. And now you've got some very good range one shot onto the 7th sister. And Han has an obstructed shot, but will choose to boost. Will stress himself. And he will shoot first. Can he choose that to be obstructed? I mean, he cannot choose. It's forced, but that's what he needs. That's what he wants. So Han is taking a range 2 obstructed shot with trick shot that's 4 dice. And this is a very good roll. I mean, got more than half, and you keep that for sure. Oh, but she rolls 3 natural evades. What the hell? Alright. Wedge. I believe Wedge is out of both the Inquisitor's arcs, but he's at range 3 of Vinder, which is not looking very good, as she can shoot some Diamond Boron missiles. I mean, this is probably the worst target for Diamond Boron missiles, because, I mean, no, the worst target is obviously the Millennium Falcon, but in this situation, the Falcon is out of range 1, so if you shoot Diamond Boron, you're not using the bonus ability granted by the missile, because Jake is at 3 agility, and even though you're not threatening your own Inquisitors because they are also at 3 agility, that's not very useful. Well, that's a solid shot in return. So you do 3 and crack shot because you've got the bullseye does 3, so crack shot out on Wedge and 3 damage on the 5th brother. And now this is the rebels taking the lead once again. So what weapon are you using? Yeah, of course. Diamond Boron missile. Perfect. On Vinder. Rerolling because of fire control system. Not getting anything out of that. Doing 2 and spending the focus for that. And Wedge will have the cloud for the second evade, not taking any damage. And now this is Jake, range 2. Onto Vinder. Vinder is out of focus, so a good shot might just kill Vinder. Though she's rolling 3. You've got a very good shot. But she's got a very good defense, so... And on this turn, Vinder has rolled 6 defense dice. She had 6 evade. That's pretty solid. I mean, for defense dice, that's pretty solid. Alright, so Shuttle, range 3. Getting 1. But that's a critical damage, so that's a bit scary. But you've got the evade, so no need to panic. Alright, so far, there are no spendable upgrades for the rebels, as Jake and Wedge did spend all their crackshot plus afterburners. No points scored on this turn by the Empire. But the rebels did have some points. Did have some points as they had half of 5th brother by a very good shot of Wedge. So yeah, now this is a 20-point lead for the rebels, 52 to 32, and we have just a bit less than 40 minutes to play. So basically Wedge is 3 hull away from dying, and both Jake plus Han are perfectly fine. Vinder is close to die. Fifth brother is close to die. Jendon is close to give half. And seventh sister is perfectly fine as well. Seems that the Empire is ready. Which seems to be the toughest part out of that. I can understand for sure. Right, seems that we are ready. Let's go into another turn. The shuttle is doing a one bank, opening the flank for a potential good attack out of Jake's arc. We'll do a coordinate, a white coordinate with a chip onto fifth brother that will form a focus action. One hard for seventh sister, so basically trying to block a small maneuver or having an arc on a fast maneuver. 4k for the Inquisitor. And Vinder is doing a one straight. So you have to disarm yourself to gain an agility die. Is it what you want though? I'm not quite sure. Oh, this will be a reload. That's clever. Reload action to recover a charge on a Diamond Baron and stay where you are. Oh, that's a 3 sloop, but you will take 2 stress and not only 1 because you're going through the cloud. Going to take a crit out of that. Seems not. Interesting move by by Jake, sorry. Wedge is doing 1 straight. Goes through the cloud. Gets nothing for that. And Han is doing a 2 bank, clearing the stress and having another very good obstructed range 2 shot out of Vinder. So you've got Cannon, you've got your Han reroll, you've got your target lock reroll, and you've got Wedge also. Vinder should die this round, and you've got Jake, though Jake would only kill Vinder after she shot. So you're aiming to do more than that. It will be a kind of poor roll, but Vinder will take the crit anyway. Ooh. And the crit is Fuel Leak, dead crit. Fuel Leak. She's 1 away from dying, and thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hull will try and seal the deal. That's a very poor shot. Using Han. That's kinda better. So yeah, I can reroll that. Hope for a, there you go, a hit, and then spend Canaan's Wars. That is basically kinda guaranteed death, and this will be a guaranteed death. Damaged sensor array. Damaged sensor array, blah blah blah. There you go. Thank you for the follows. Welcome, welcome. So that's vendor out first. First ship out of the game. And that is now 79 to 32 before the shots from the Inquisitors. So that's one hit coming onto Jake. Jake is fine with this. Oh, but there will be a crack shot from 7th Sister, and Jake will lose a shield. Interesting. Jake will take a shot back at the 7th Sister. It will be a very good shot. And a enough defense dice, yeah. There were two evades. Alright. So Wedge is still in the game. Jake did only lose a shield. Han is perfectly fine as well. Vinder died this turn. And that puts Germany up 79 to 32 over Singapore. Alright, so when they're thinking about their maneuvers, just a reminder, you can have the exclamation point hub in the chat to have the link to the hub where everything happens and where they have every stream and they commentate, etc. So if you're interested in having a more general view of this day one, round one of XTC, you can go into the channel that will, I mean, you can click the link that will pop out if you tap exclamation point hub in the chat. Right, seems like the Empire is ready once again, very fast. And Rebel Alliance is joining them. Right, so now who's your target? Got probably like 2 ships. Wedge plus Jake, kinda pointed in Fifth Brothers general direction. Oh yeah, 2 hard are red for the shuttle. 7th Sister is trying to block Jake. And 5th Brother is in a position where, I mean, he can throw a bunch of dice. Oh no, okay, so he'll try and block. Oh, maybe not block actually. Maybe he wants Wedge to go over him so that he can shoot him. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So that's -1 stress for Jake. Wedge is doing a 1 straight, so he will once again bump and go over the cloud. I mean, at this point, that's better that Wedge is in this position. And that's nothing, once again, because last time he rolled a blank, now he rolls a crit. Oh, and Han will be blocked by the shuttle. That could be huge. Alright, so Wedge is shooting first. That's 4 dice onto 7th sister and -1 for her. It will be 3, so that's at least 1 going through. It will be all 3 going through, so that's 2 shields and a crit. Very, very bad roll for 7th sister. Crit is structural damage. Just double check that. Yeah. So that's -1 agility. Structural damage. There you go. So that's Han shooting. Oh, wow. Very good shot. So she's dead. No matter what. And yeah. I mean, that's probably the game right now. Because Shuttle plus a 1 health remaining Inquisitor are probably not enough to counter a full life Falcon plus almost full life A-Wing and a 3 hull remaining Jake Farrell. Wedge Antilles, sorry. Range 2, sorry. So Jake is shooting back. Does he have bullseye? Yeah, he has. As he will use Predator to reroll. Get another one. Oh man, I mean, like, this is harsh. At this point, this is kind of harsh because, like, Vinder rolled 6 evades out of 6 on the last turn. But now, he rolled 5 dice and got nothing at all. That's a pity. That's not fun. He lost 2 Inquisitors on the same round. And now this is basically, yeah, more than 100 points lead. 151 to 32 with 30 minutes remaining. I mean, I'm not quite sure you can take any more points. I mean, more than just surviving or like trying to take more points. I'm not quite sure you can do it. Alright, so the shuttle did go slow, so bumped onto Han. Thank you for the follow. Jake is taking a lock on the shuttle. He will then boost. Has to take a stress after that, and will also give Wedge a focus. Alright, Wedge is doing a 1 bank. Take a lock, probably. Yep, there you go. Blocking the shuttle. And what is Han doing? Too hard, that goes over the debris cloud. Not very important, as cannon will remove the stress. Probably. Yeah, uses cannon, removes the stress. And now he can perform an action, which is very, very strong. Because the debris cloud doesn't prevent you from doing actions, it prevents you from... I mean, it gives you a stress, which then prevents you from doing an action. But if you can remove the stress just as cannon did right away, then you're perfectly fine. So that's 3 damage onto the shuttle. And he will use nothing at all. We'll stay as it is. And shuttle will take 1 more, so that's 2 away from dying. 24 minutes left. It will probably be the last round next turn. Yeah, probably. I mean, looking at the board state right now, looks like the last round next turn. It will be a 200 to something. Whether the something stays 32 or goes a bit more, that is quite. I mean, that's will be difficult for Singapore to take even the second half of wedge. To be fair, but I mean, we shall see. I mean, at this point, what do you do with wedge? Like probably, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so the shuttle attempts to do a 2 hard. It is red and it bumps. Wedge does a 2 hard. Does a barrel, gives himself a focus, then boosts. And easy at range 1 of interesting. There you go. Perfect. Alright, he's at range 1 of Han, so might as well give Han a focus. That's free. Wedge does a 1 straight and takes a focus as well. Han does a 1 bank to the right, takes a target lock as he already has a focus. And now we are probably looking at the end of the game as Wedge has a range 1 unobstructed shot that does 3 with the focus, which means Jendon dies. And this is GG, end of the game. This is Germany taking a point. I'm not quite sure this is the first one. Could have been a fastest game. I mean, it's probably the fastest game so far, but you never know. Anyway, Germany takes the first point on the Singapore-Germany game of this round 1. Alright. So GG to Thomas, and we'll see about how Singapore did in about like 20 minutes or so. And yeah, so thank you for watching this game. I hope you liked it. I'll probably just I'll probably stop the stream right now and go back on track after that, because like when you're cutting a, I don't know, like we've got 5 rounds, which means at least 5